Hi, welcome to Biomic Time. Today we'll continue our discussion of the 6 factors in health. Let's watch a video first about factor 4, 5, and 6.
Yes. Okay.
The 6 factors in health. Activities and exercises. Human bodies are designed to move. Humans get warm energy by moving. Movement is necessary to maintain life, not necessarily exercises. If your body gets enough movement, you don't necessarily need to do exercises. Our ancestors didn't need to worry about not enough activities because they used their bodies in their everyday living. However, in modern society, many processes used to be done by human labor, such as hand washing clothes and dishes, have been replaced by machines. So now we worry about having enough body movement in our modern lifestyle. Coordinated and well-balanced yin-yang 5-element activities are very limited. Due to the lack of activities, exercises are necessary for our body to maintain health. Overall, we should avoid unbalanced exercises and do exercises to align the meridians. Unbalanced exercises can be harmful for the human body. We know many professional athletes age rapidly and have various occupational diseases. For example, many golfers have waist diseases, tennis players have tennis elbow, and baseball pitchers have shoulder disease easily. Why? Because they have to do unbalanced movement for competition. For a well-balanced body, the best exercise is a well-balanced symmetrical exercise. If you have a problem on a specific meridian, you should do exercises for that. For an unbalanced body, you could increase exercises for the weak side of the body to gain balance. Environment. Human body is affected by the natural environment. Harsh natural environments can cause harm to the 5 elements. Excessive wind is harmful to the tree energy. Excessive heat is harmful to the fire energy. Excessive dampness is harmful to the earth energy. Excessive dryness is harmful to the metal energy. And excessive coldness is harmful to the water energy. Therefore, windy areas require more sour or nutty food. Hot regions require more bitter or burnt food. Wet regions need more sweet or earthy food. Drier regions require more spicy or fish-tasting food. Colder regions require more salty or ocean-tasting food. Human body has mysterious power to protect itself from many outside changes through resistance or adaptation. Although having its limits as a resistance mechanism, the human body cools itself when the outside is hot and makes itself warm when the outside is cold. The human body makes itself dry when it's wet outside and makes itself wet when it's dry outside. When the external environment is too extreme, the human body will initiate an adaptation mechanism, such as when the outside is too hot, the human body will increase its temperature to adapt to the temperature difference. If the outside is too cold, the human body will lower its temperature to adapt to the temperature difference. These resistance and adaptation mechanisms have their limits. If the environment is too harsh, the human body will be damaged. Therefore, gradually shifting environments from hot to cold, dry to wet, are the best ways to prevent illness. Extreme shifts in environment, such as going from an air-conditioned room to severe heat, can cause illness because of the extreme differences in the body's inability to adjust fast or frequently enough. Flying to a different environment leaves the body open for diseases as the 6th energy is strained adapting to the new climate as well as a change in time zones. Through proper thoughts, good training, and a sensitive mind, the body can have a long life. The human body is also affected by the man-made environment. The human body is a circulatory system with heavens, earth, and nature. Human production, living, and creation bring materials and information into the man-made environment, and these factors will affect ourselves and others. Adding beautiful, noble, and sacred positive messages to one's environment will make one's life beautiful, noble, and sacred. But adding ugly, painful, vulgar, and mutated information in one's own environment will make one's life ugly, painful, vulgar, and mutated. If this person has a high energy level, it will not only affect this person's own life, but also affect the surrounding areas and an even larger area. In particular, some calligraphy and painting works with negative information should be disposed of immediately. Burning them is the best way to clean up the bad information. Products that nature provides are the most suitable for human health. Tree, fire, earth, metal, and water energies are a cycle of nature. Products provided by the nature follow and conform to this cycle and do not go to extremes. The energies in these products can be decomposed, recycled, and utilized by nature. However, chemical engineering and chemistry in Western modern science makes substances very extreme, hindering the natural cycle, causing harm not only to the nature, but also to the human body. For example, most plastic products come from oils, but after these oils are made into plastics through chemical changes, they are difficult to decompose, which hinders the natural circulation of energies. All chemical drugs have side effects on the human body, and these extreme substances can cause greater harm to the human body while solving some superficial problems. Virtues and behaviors. The ancient ancestors highly valued such virtues as harmony with nature, moderation, and humility. Why? The 5 elements in the 6th energy all correspond to virtues. To improve human health, we should align our behaviors to virtues. In any environment or situation, the desire to maintain the power of life is vitality. The sourness, bitterness, sweetness, spiciness, and saltiness of food and the air that humans take every day are all related to the communications between nature and humans. When they are coordinated, vitality will be enhanced. Therefore, we should live harmoniously with nature, instead of conquering or destroying nature to satisfy humans' desires. Different from plants and animals, humans can be more destructive to nature. So we should bear in mind that human beings are rooted in nature to sustain life. The universe is cyclical. Human life is reincarnated, and human health is materially passed down from generation to generation. The Chinese ancients said there are 3 kinds of unfilial piety, and the greatest one is to have no descendants. Why? The human body is a small universe. No matter how much you love your partner, if there is no biological child, your universes will have no real and stable integration to surpass this life, and the essence of the ancestors who have experienced countless tribulations and turmoil for generations cannot be continued. Ancient Chinese science believes that from infant to old age is a life cycle and a preparation process for the next reincarnation. We mentioned earlier that children are in the tree energy period, adolescents are in the fire energy period, and at maturity and childbearing age, life enters the earth energy period. In fact, with a child, life truly enters the metal energy period, and with a grandchild, life fully enters the water energy period. One should take the right life duties at the right time. Marriage and childbirth before maturity will make people enter the relatively tight metal energy period prematurely, causing pressure and difficulties in life. Marriage and childbirth too late will not have enough earth energy for healthy descendants. Why the elderly should care about society and the next generation? It is also preparing for the health and good life of the human body in which this person will be reincarnated into.
All right, so that's a video. And by reflecting back, I feel like, wow, before learning biomech, I actually made a lot of mistakes. So you saw that the lady with brain damage, I draw that, I brought it to my world. Then I feel the responsibility, I have to clean it up. I don't want that kind of negative message in my world.
Yes, lost the brain.
So yeah, it doesn't make sense. So anyway, I want to ask you, what's the mentality here? Because we knowingly or unknowingly may have made lots of mistakes in our life.
Yeah.
But how can we correct it?
Yeah. First, I think we have to return back our standard. So you said you draw the picture and then some lost the brain part, but you didn't recognize something wrong. But I could recognize something wrong, So if we don't have a standard, and then how can we make decision? And in the society, I feel like people avoid to make a standard, or they appreciate a kind of out of a standard. So it's confusion, causes confusion.
Right.
And then people defensive, and then, this is not my fault, and the person's fault, and the environmental fault, and structural problem. It's a systemic
never
problem.
our own fault.
Yes, it's defense. But anyhow, standard nature know, and our health know. So we have to pay like disease, and also illness and sickness and symptom occur because stress occur. And people going to not to the close to standard, and then they go the opposite way, and then their body reaction, because it's a body's reaction, reflection of a mindset. And also environment, the same, reflection of mindset. So you saw that's funny in the exercise part, we made a lot of machine to be convenient. And finally, we're really convenient. No. We lost a lot of things too. And then working and chatting, but we lost that like a machine. We are working like a machine and then cannot have a cultivation time too. So an environment-wise thing is more twinkle and then more kind of emptiness we need and the empty mind occur and then we can learn new things. But everybody want to grab, this furniture I want for my reading from specific this area, I need this furniture. And then I need this furniture. Later, okay, I have to buy a house total because too much furniture here. And then slavery, just don't you earn money to make my house because of furniture. This is really strange, right? Yeah. So, and then finally, we have to cultivate by virtue and at that time, we have to have some really correct standard, and they have to say bravely, "Hey, this is a standard. It's not accusing, It's just unveil with compassion." And then the person maybe reject and defend, but we have to continue, recognize until the person recognize or until I have some better idea. We have to discuss and then show the good model. Yes, and replenish the lack of a part. So I can be your lack of a part. And then the person see that, wow, this is much better. So why we are doing this bottleneck time too?
I feel everything is evidence-based. Because we don't blindly ask you to follow or to believe anything. But we give our understanding of the principles of how things should work. And then we actually get to the understanding by making a lot of mistakes. That's how I feel.
Be positive.
So just...
We are imperfect.
We're imperfect. We make mistakes. But it's how or the willingness to get out of it that matters. So we need to restore...
We don't need to be proud of your mistake. Then it's a problem. So we have to challenge it and be positive, and we don't need much. Why we have to buy so many things, and why we have to have so many things? So empathy is sometimes really best way.
That's why I spent last week really cleaning up my house.
And how about your feeling?
Really lighter and better, because all the particles used to be here, kind of like those waves competing for my attention. So after I get rid of a lot of things, I feel tranquility in my environment. Now I can do what I need to do much more focused and effectively and efficiently.
Yes, right. So many psychologists say environment or even your next generation, we saw that the child, we could guess the parents, reflection. So it's an environment or like offspring around us, many things is related to your reflection of mindset. So if you don't like the environment, think deeply, why this environment faced to me?
And it's usually your problem. You correct yourself, the environment will change.
It's hopeful because if it's your problem, you can change the environment. But not your problem, other people's problem. You have to appreciate the other people. How difficult.
Right. So recognizing in our environment, many problems are actually due to us. We change our own virtue, then we change the environment. So not by accusing others, attacking others, but by self-cultivation and self-change.
Because we are a small universe. So if you feel outside too dirty, and then clean up your house.
Okay, I think that's it for today.
Sure.
All right, so let's keep on applying Yin Yang 5 elements in our daily life. And see you next time.
See you next time.